Hello Africa, my name is Simon Senkai, a Ugandan and African who believes that the world has a place for us too. My grandfather told us an ancient story about slavery and slaves, particularly shared with us how slaves remained in slavery for decades. He said, after years of struggle trying to escape from slavery, the slave master knew that he could not manage the slaves on his own. He decided to give them forced freedom by allowing them to elect their leaders. He gave their leaders a few privileges like marrying and living their lives, eating good foods with the master, putting on good clothes and allowing their children to work in the master's house. The elected slave leaders got blinded by such a disguised generosity of the master, for they were made to think that they are free because of the puppet authority over their brothers. Slave leaders mistreated their own brothers and even made sure they make them work so hard under harsh conditions, even worse than those of the slave master. They became gods among their own, and at the end, the slave master won. What happened? Instead of giving leadership and mobilizing fellow slaves to come together and fight for themselves, they disintegrated and the master was able to keep his slaves generations after generations. What was he telling us? They forgot one thing. In the end, they were all slaves. Today, most Africans think they can stand alone as individuals or nations where a few do so well and majority can't even afford a meal a day. Men have been blinded by their possessions and positions, thinking that that can last. Those with the power to change things and those who could do something have now succumbed to the forces of selfishness, individualism and greed. So instead of coming together to face the threats of our continent together, we are doing so as nations. What happens in Uganda doesn't concern Nigerians. What happens in Libya remains their own problem. What happens in Liberia, most Africans call it a Liberian problem. We forget one thing, that we are all Africans at the end. This isn't the African dream. The African dream says, I am your brother's keeper. We have the same blood, and whatever threatens you directly threatens my survival too. We have the same aspirations as well as dreams. That is a better continent for our children's children. For even if we look different, pledge to a different God, live on another side of Africa, that doesn't change the fact that we are brothers. This is the African dream that I know. Therefore, don't kill me, for I am your brother. Don't provoke and mock me, for I am your brother. Don't judge me, for I am your brother. Don't steal from me. We are all Africans. Do not take away my land, for I just want to live peacefully, to dream big and live my dreams just like you. Let's affirm our faith in Africa. We're young Africans. We are world citizens too. We deserve to live, and our life is worth like any other person's around the world. We simply desire to live in a free society where our future isn't shaped by the nightmares of the day, but by the hopes and talents that do reside in each of us. We believe in the African dream as a gateway to changing Africa and the world. This is the power of self. Keep your eyes open. Share this message with a friend. Begin from where you are, the way you are, and with what you have. Let's come together and change Africa. Remember, it is my duty and your responsibility. This is the African dream.